Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a new movie called T.I.M. This review will contain spoilers, so this is your warning. T.I.M is a British sci-fi thriller film that is directed by Spencer Brown and his feature film debut and co-written by Brown and Sarah Govic. It stars Georgina Campbell, Mark Rowley, and Manservant. So this plot follows an engineer begins working on her company's latest product, an AI humanoid called T.I.M, which stands for Technologically Integrated Manservant. Things take a turn for the worse when T.I.M's servant program leads to a dangerous obsession with her. Every time there's a movie about AI robotics, it never seems to go well because something sinister always happens. So there is a woman named Abby, a prosthetic engineer. She and her husband move into the state-of-the-art home, seemingly starting a new life. Abby works on a prototype called T.I.M and an AI designed to assist with everything. However, Paul, her husband, is far from impressed. He looks at T.I.M with disdain and questions its purpose. Abby tries to get Paul to warm up to T.I.M, but he remains uninterested, preferring things he can control. I'm Paul on this one, to be honest with you. If I had my significant other brings a humanoid AI, I would have told him to take it right back. Look how creepy he is. There is no way. It feels like Abby is trying to fill a void in her life. She and Paul have significant differences, with him disliking the things that she enjoys. Abby thinks that T.I.M sits with her and watches her favorite things, such as her favorite black and white movies. It will bridge the gap. I think she should have never got personal with T.I.M, to be honest with you. Look at Abby's boss, for example. When he invited her to the party, he treated the AI robots like employees and nothing else. You don't want to get your personal feelings involved, and that's what Abby did with T.I.M. It becomes evident that Paul may have cheated or done something to break Abby's trust. Paul struggles to find a job, adding stress to their relationship. He adamantly rejects T.I.M, urging Abby to get rid of it. However, returning T.I.M is not an option, and Abby's boss sees it as a potential setback. And all her bosses care about was making sure T.I.M doesn't cause a malfunction. So it is challenging to say that Paul's unfaithfulness complicates this matter in the entire story of this movie. The constant presence of a neighbor while Abby is at work adds another layer of difficulty. However, she should have been aware that T.I.M can manipulate situations, leading her to question her trust in her husband. And when I tell you T.I.M was very persistent on that situation, I think Abby should have just took a fall back and look into deeper, because it made it seem overall that she just didn't trust her husband no matter what her husband did. Even Rose was trying to speak with Abby and she was just not having it, and it was killing me as a viewer because Rose was trying to visit Abby, try to talk to her, and just basically just shut her down completely without hearing her side of the story. I think that if she had heard her side of the story, I think Abby would have realized a little bit more that T.I.M was the one that was lying and that she should have believed her husband. So I'm going to give you my pros and cons of this movie and give you my final rating at the end. I like the fact we are getting more AI movies, and I love when AI horror or thriller movies are done right. The characters did an amazing job, especially Iman that plays T.I.M. He looks so creepy throughout the entire movie. The way he has this stare and he doesn't even crack a smile, I thought it was just kind of crazy to me, because the way he was looking at Paul the entire time, like, you little bitch. It was just so funny because he knows what he's doing. And Abby, she's just so blindsided, and so it was kind of irking me a little bit, because it's just like you are filling that void, and instead of talking to your husband what the issue is, you talk to T.I.M, and T.I.M is supposed to be the person that's supposed to help around the house and so forth. Now, the one thing that I agree with Paul in this one as well is when Tim asked for the passwords and all that stuff to the phone, I would have said hell no. But Abby, she was very trust with Tim because of course that's her baby, because she's the one that created Tim, but at the same time she should have took it a little bit slowly as far as creating her product. So the only issue I have is I felt like the movie was a little bit long, I'm not gonna lie on that one, and it kind of loses its storyline towards the middle of the film, but it quickly picks up at the end. I enjoyed the movie, and if you are into movies like Megan, The Artificial Girl, Tim will be a perfect film for you. I will rate this movie a 7 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, and until then, see you later.